Hi, I'm Greg Jackson, the Deputy Director for the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, and I'm here to extend greetings to the New England Streetworkers Conference of 2024. We're actually tuning in from the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, and I apologize for not being there in person, but definitely am so excited and so proud to partner and help support and elevate the work that you're doing. We know that violence is the number one crisis in our country, and literally what's driving so much violence is not necessarily gangs or criminal activity. It's interpersonal conflict with access to a firearm. And we know that so many of those situations can be de-escalated, they can be cooled down, they can be intervened with the right leaders in place, with the right conversations so many times. And I know this firsthand as a survivor of gun violence. In 2013, I was shot in the middle of a crossfire over a dispute that literally could have been intervened and cooled down by leaders like yourself. And so I just want to thank you for the work that you're doing, because so many times you're preventing violence from happening by working with those who are at risk, by supporting those who have been impacted and traumatized. And we recognize that work. And we at the White House see ourselves as true partners to your work. This is the first ever White House to name gun violence a public health crisis. Also the first White House to make significant investments in community violence intervention. In fact, there's over $12 billion now available for CVI-based strategies like your own. But we also didn't stop there. The first series of executive actions from this president made sure that funding was available, that programs that are focused on reentry and at-risk youth are being prioritized. And we've continued that momentum every single day. In fact, we have over 40 executive actions we've taken on this issue. We passed the first law on gun violence in 30 years. And the president had the foresight and the vision to create the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention so that we can keep pushing and keep searching and keep holding folks accountable within government to take action on this issue and ensure that the resources that are available at the federal level are getting to the communities most in need. And so we're excited to do this work, but we're more excited about elevating and empowering you to do the real work of working with those in the community every day. In fact, we had an event focused on crime and safety in the country. And while it was primarily made up of police chiefs, one of the number one factors of what every person in that room, including the president, including police chiefs, said to why we're seeing such progress on this issue is that the community has stepped in and became a real partner. And we know that you represent that, whether you are mentoring, whether you're a social worker, whether you are someone who's doing street outreach or cognitive behavioral therapy or hospital-based work. You are that bridge for the community to be a part of the solution, and you're really putting the public back in public safety. So we thank you so much, and we have so much more work to do, but I also want to lastly make sure that you know that our work collectively is working. Last year, we saw the steepest decline in homicides in American history with over 13% decline. And right now, we're on pace for another 17% decline with communities like Baltimore, places like Boston, I know is in your region, and communities all over the country that are seeing historic lows. And we know that's a direct result of not just the policies, but a direct result of the resources that are in the hands of those who are doing the real work every day. So from Greg Jackson here with the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, the entire Biden-Harris administration, we thank you for your service, your hard work, but recognize you have a partner in our office, and we look forward to building on this momentum for years to come. Peace.